Hi guys and welcome to DriveSpark. I'm Promeet and today what we are driving is the all new 2022 Maruti Suzuki Brezza. Now the name Vitara has gone and this is now just called the Brezza. So let's quickly start the video and I'll tell you everything you need to know about this vehicle because a lot of things has been changed and Maruti has done a fantastic job by fitting in new things in this car. So let's quickly start this video. So now let's start talking about the front end of the car, but before that, let me tell you the price of this compact SUV. So the Brezza is priced at rupees 7.99 lakh, that is for the base variant, and it goes all the way up to the 13.96 lakh mark, and all the prices are ex-showroom, and this car also has 4 variants and 8 color options, out of which 3 are dual tone. So now let's start off with the front end of the vehicle, and you can see that a lot has changed over here. So now let me talk about the headlights. Now these are sleek headlights. You can see that there are 2 DRLs that are surrounding the projectors. You get a full LED cluster for the headlight. In fact, you also get an LED fog lamp cluster. Usually what manufacturers do, they give the LED headlights, but they give the fog lights in halogen. Now this setup for the headlight and the fog light is completely LED and it looks fantastic. And the throw of the light is absolutely amazing. Now you get the indicators that are on top and they look amazing. Now coming at the center, you get some amount of chrome, you get a big logo, and over here you get a camera. Now this camera is obviously for the 360-degree camera feature that's available in the car. So as far as the safety goes, now the Brezza is much more safer. And you also get a silver color scuff plate over here. Now let's move on to the side profile, and the very first thing you'll notice are these 16-inch alloy wheels. Now they are dual tone and they look fantastic. They go overall well with the size of the car, and the tire profile on this is 215/60R16. You also get blacked out ORVM and you get a camera underneath the ORVM. Again, that's a 360-degree camera feature. You get integrated indicator, you get a black roof, a sunroof on top, you get functional roof rails, and you get a shark fin antenna as well. And now talking about the body lines, this car has very subtle body lines, nothing very sharp. It's the body lines are really subtle. It actually starts from the headlight over here and ends at the tail light. So there are a few cuts in between, and you also get this blacked out treatment around the window. There is no chrome present. The door handles also are present in the body color, and you can see this gets body cladding all over. That makes it look slightly muscular and bulkier. Now let's move on to the rear profile, and over here you can see you get the Maruti Suzuki logo and you get the Brezza badging that is right in the center. You also get a wiper with the washer, a LED stop lamp over here, defoggers, and you can see that the tail lights are fantastic. They have got this blacked out treatment and these are LED tail lights, so they look fantastic over here. So you get a blacked out treatment for the bumper. You also get these parking sensors over here, and you get a reverse parking camera over here. Now these have active guidelines and they help you park at tight spaces very easily. Also the 360-degree camera is, as I mentioned earlier, is a fantastic boon for this vehicle. You get a scuff plate that's present in silver. And now since we are at the rear end, let's talk about the boot of the all new Brezza. So to open it, you have a request sensor over here. It can just be opened through this. There is no other button on the remote or inside. So you can see this has approximately 330 liters of boot space, and you also get a 60-40 split. You get a tray that you can keep some light stuff on. If you keep a heavy stuff, obviously this thing will fall off, but yeah, the space is enough. And you also get your spare wheel that is underneath. And to close the boot, you have a handle over here. So what you need to do, just pull this down and the boot lid will close easily. So they are hydraulic struts and they make opening and closing of the boot really easy. And now let's go inside and I will tell you more about the all new Brezza. So now we are at the front cabin, and as you can see, a lot of things have changed over here. So a lot of things have been borrowed from the Baleno, the 2022 Baleno. So you get the steering wheel that has been taken off from the Baleno, you get the infotainment system, and you also get this dashboard that has this triple tone finish. So you get a brownish finish over here, you get a silver, and then you have black. Looks fantastic, amazing. You also get a heads-up display now on the all-new Brezza that you can see, and there's a button over here. So if you keep it pressed, you do not want it, so it will close, and again if you press the button for around 3 seconds, so the heads-up display will open up. You get a semi-digital instrument cluster. Here you get your tachometer and your speedometer and the fuel and the temperature gauges in analog, and you get an MID screen in between that gives you a lot of information about the vehicle. So this infotainment system is around 9 inches and it features Apple CarPlay and Android Auto, and I think there is no wireless for this right now, but what you get is you get a wireless charging. So here's your phone, you can just keep it over here and your phone will start charging automatically. And for charging you get a Type A and a 12-volt socket over here. You get your automatic climate control. You get a screen over here that displays the AC controls, and this is the 6-speed torque converter gearbox that we have. And moving on, we have cup holders over here. You also get some space to maybe keep your key or something, and this is the armrest. The armrest, you can see it slides out and you have a little space over here so that you can keep, let me show you. So for example, this is the size of the box, so this completely goes in, so you'll get a perspective of what to keep over here. I don't think a phone will fit, but other than that, it's a spacious cabin. And so guys, the last thing about the front cabin and the biggest feature of this car is now the Brezza gets a sunroof. And for Maruti Suzuki, this is the first time that the manufacturer is giving a sunroof in a car. So this is how you open the sunroof, and the shade over here is manual. Actually, you can't pull it out. So when you see the sunroof is open, you can close it and then you can operate this manually. So yeah, this was the front end, and now let's go to the rear and let's talk about it. So now I'm at the rear seat, and as you can see that this seat is adjusted according to my height. I'm 6'1", and you can see that leg room is slightly kind of an issue over here because my legs are touching the seat, but it is not that uncomfortable. Plus you have plenty amount of headroom over here, and if you are 4 people traveling, then you have an armrest that you can just deploy. You have cup holders over here, and the armrest is pretty wide, so 2 people can keep their hand easily and go. And also if a third person is sitting, he will not have an issue because this center tunnel over here is really low. So I mean, the third person can sit easily. And you also have AC vents, and you get 2 charging sockets. One is a Type A, thank you so much Maruti for that, and the other one is a Type C. And talking about the seats are comfortable, decent under thigh support, and you have adjustable headrests. There are 2. There's not for the third person who will be sitting, but overall the cabin from the rear is also very nice. The seats are comfortable, and you also get a view of the outside through this sunroof that is present over here. So now let me drive the car and tell you how this car drives and how it performs on the road. So now we are at the driving seat of the all-new Brezza, and let me start talking about the engine. So the engine on this is a 1.5 litre naturally aspirated K-series dual jet VVTi engine, and this engine pumps out 103 PS of power and 137 Nm of peak torque. Now the gearbox options on this are 2. One is a 5-speed manual gearbox, and the one that we are driving today is the 6-speed torque converter. It's an automatic and it is a brilliant gearbox. You also have these paddle shifters, so I mean shifting becomes really easy if you are driving and if you want a sporty feeling in your drive. So these paddle shifters come in place, and they really help you when you want to shift down or shift up manually rather than doing it from here. Other than that, guys, so this engine is really nice. It's a very fuel efficient engine. I mean, today we did not get to test the fuel efficiency of the car because we got it for a very short period of time, and we will definitely get this sometime later, and at that time we will tell you how much is it giving in the city and how much is it giving in the highway. So right now what I can see on the screen is around 10.5, that is with a lot of stops here and there. So I think in the city I'm assuming it will give between say around 13 to 15, and in the highway I think you can get 17, 18 if you have a light foot. There are no particular driving modes on this, though you have a manual mode in the gearbox. There's a D and there's an M. So if you put it in the M, so the gears, it'll actually hold the gears and it'll shift really late. But in the D mode, it shifts very easily, and you'll not have a problem at all I mean, you'll face no issues with this gearbox. Now talking about the steering wheel, so the steering wheel is kind of light, it's not that heavy. It does not weigh up also at high speeds. So I think that should have been there. Otherwise, I mean, a light steering wheel can be a little risky at higher speeds. But yeah, definitely this engine does its job really well. And now talking about the suspension on this, so the suspension has not changed. What was there on the previous Brezza is here also. So as far as the suspension is concerned, it is slightly on the softer side. It absorbs all the bumps, all the potholes. And talking about body roll, yes, this car has a little amount of body roll in it, but I mean, yeah, it is a comfortable car. And adding to the comfort are now the seats are really nice. It has a good backrest, good cushioning, good under thigh support. You have a height adjuster for the driver's side, and you also have these side bolsters that hold you in place while you're cutting through corners. I mean, yeah, this car can definitely handle through some corners, but I mean, if you're expecting it to just cut a corner at a very high speed, I don't think that is, I don't think you should do that in this car. But yeah, it's a good handling car, the suspension is good, and it definitely does its job really well. So yeah guys, with all this tech, so basically as Maruti calls it, the hot and high tech of, I mean, they have put a lot of features. Like as I mentioned, there's the heads-up display. Now right now, what's going on the heads-up display is the RPM meter. You have a speed, you have your gear indicator, and you have your time. In fact, if you change anything, any song, or if you also increase or decrease the fan speed of the air conditioner, it will show you over there if anyone is calling. So that's a really good feature. Again, this infotainment system looks fantastic. Steering wheel looks fantastic. The cluster also is amazing. I mean, you have a mix and match of analog and digital. And yeah, comfort wise, it is really comfortable. Yes, although I wish that the top end model could have gotten like ventilated seats, but other than that, fantastic car to drive around. It'll take you to places from point A to point B with a lot of ease and comfort. Other than that, it's a very driver friendly car, and you should definitely go check out the all new 2022 Brezza. So guys, this was the all-new 2022 Maruti Suzuki Brezza, and I hope I explained the car well to you. If you need to know anything else about this vehicle, please drop a comment and we will get back to you on that. Until then, if you have liked this video, please give it a thumbs up, share and subscribe to all our social media channels. I'm Promeet signing out. See you next time. Thank you so much for watching. Take care, be safe and drive safe.